Welcome back. Sydney-siders are now under lockdown. The Delta COVID variant, which is twice as infectious as the original COVID virus that spread through Australia, is spreading rapidly. A cluster of infections that began in Sydney's Bondi neighbourhood last Wednesday has grown to at least 110 cases. And with an extremely sluggish vaccination rate of under 5%, Australians are wondering how much longer they can deal with this. Our Ivan Watson is in the region, tracking developments for us from Hong Kong, and joins us now live. So just explain for us how this cluster began, because this variant that is spreading much faster than others, because Australia in the past has done quite a good job at trying to track and trace the spread of cases.
Yeah, I mean, I think Australia has been remarkable. It's only had a bit more than 900 people die from COVID in the last year and a half. Proportionally, much better performance at handling the virus than other developed economies. But now you have some real alarm with lockdowns being announced in coastal cities in the north, in the west, and the southeast, with Sydney being a COVID hotspot. And as you're pointing out, that the outbreak is in that Bondi neighborhood near Bondi Beach, and it's attributed to, or it's linked to a driver who had transported air crews, and the authorities are imposing kind of stay-at-home orders and issuing tickets, the police are, to people who are outside without masks or leaving their homes without a good excuse for that. And all this taking place a year and a half into the pandemic. So people understandably exhausted with the various lockdowns. The authorities, even though there were only 18 new cases detected in Sydney over the last 24 hours, the top official in the state is sounding the alarm, saying they're expecting that this will get much worse. Take a listen.
And we also have to be prepared for the numbers to go up considerably, because as experience shows with this strain, we are seeing almost 100% of transmission within households, and we're seeing a very high rate of transmissibility.
So Lynda, this is the irony. Australia did so well for 18 months. It kept the number of deadly cases down. But 18 months into the pandemic, its population is as vulnerable as ever to COVID-19, if not more so, because now there's the highly contagious Delta variant, which is starting to spread, and less than 5% of the population fully vaccinated. So that is why the authorities are alarmed right now, and that's the reality that the country is facing.
Yeah, exactly. Less than 5%, as you say. And as I was reading, Australia now ranks 49th out of 50 of the wealthiest countries in terms of the rate of vaccination. Explain for us why. Why is it lagging? Is it the hesitancy? Is it the lack of vaccines? Is it the inefficiencies with the rollout?
I think a mixture of all of this. Its only domestically produced vaccine is AstraZeneca, which has had concerns about the risk of blood clots, so it has been restricted from certain individuals in different age demographics, under 60, for example, and there's been vaccine hesitancy as a result of some of that reporting. The authorities have just announced that they're going to mandate vaccinations for employees at elderly people's homes, and they're going to loosen up some of the guidance and allow the medical workers and doctors to suggest other vaccines for other people and not hold them responsible if there's any kind of complication as a result of that. But yeah, the authorities have missed multiple targets and goals for vaccination, so the country is lagging very far behind on that front. Meanwhile, this much more contagious variant is starting to spread. And as the Premier of New South Wales pointed out, she wants every citizen to think that they could be infected every time they step foot outside of their homes, and thus really think twice about whether or not they need to make that trip.
Yeah, I really hope, for my sake as well as other thousands of Australians right now that desperately want to be reunited with family in Australia, that this vaccination campaign can really pick up pace there. Ivan Watson for us in Hong Kong. Thanks very much.